Look at that sun, boys. Look at that cloud as well. God damn. It's really bright in there. And I just like look out and I'm like, it's so cloudy. But the sun is clearly low in the sky, just peeking around them little cloudies like nothing ever happened to them. God damn. It was a real cold morning as I went for my walk. And Laura messaged me being like, God, it's cold today. It was like ice cold. Normally I get a bit hot and then like as I get around, I'd like undo more layers. But no, today it was lovely and cold. I love it. I'm all about that cold weather. Just feel marginally bad because Laura's obviously at work and I'm just at home, just got heating on, it's great. My experiments, by the way, to figure out what the price difference is between running the heating like all day versus just at night and in the morning, it's cheaper. It's literally cheaper. It's over £3 all in for the on and off one, but leaving it on all day and just kind of maintaining that level of heat is under £3. It's £2.80 most of the time. So living the dream. I mean, like it's chuffing expensive to do that every day, but yeah, like either have it on or have it off. That's the rules. And because Laura wants it on, I'd have it off personally right now, but Laura would have it on in the evening and in the morning. So just keep it on. Living the dream, mate. Living the dream. I might bump it up the temperature a little bit so it turns on a bit later. Oh, there we go. It'll turn on if it drops below 18 degrees now. 19 degrees is too high. Otherwise, what's your man's up to today? Your man has been doing some programming. I've been working on, oh, I need to get some sugar. I've been working on updating my API gateway. It's a little bit more funny than the other stuff because there's some packages that are in preview mode as the maintainers haven't managed to do the full update to .NET Core yet officially. So specifically the GraphQL NuGet packages, which I'm now struggling to get to work. And the problem is because they're not official, there isn't that much documentation on it. I've just got to like reverse engineer what's going on inside the world of what they called like pull requests and issues and stuff. So it's a bit more of a maze. I'm making a cup of tea and I'm going to go back to implementing some code for actually writing some new code for my mutation server, which is my newest microservice. Living the dream there, boys. Otherwise, I've been thinking quite a lot about plans of attack and other like admin related stuff. Finally organised that meeting that I needed to organise. Working hard. We're on it today. I feel like today is a good day. But I am going to try and spend some time not doing programming. But I'm going to have a morning of programming, I think, just to like seal the deal. It's been absolutely cooking in my office. I've had my fan on for the first time in a long time, man, since basically summer. I've been so warm in that office in the sun, but it's been a nice warm, you know. Oh my God, nearly dropped you there. Well, Google says it's 6 degrees outside for my evening walk, late afternoon evening walk. God damn. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I have been flying through implementing stuff for my, what's my doohick? what have I been doing? What have I been doing, guys? My mind's gone. I've been adding the implementation to the new microservice so that you can get out settings, basically, so you can see the configurations of the stuff that it can do. And while I've been doing that, I've got it done now. It's all done with the exception of the automation tests and bubbling it out to the API gateway. That's what I was talking about, having to update the API gateway. The API gateway is in theory updated already, but I need to do, there's issues I've got with GraphQL stuff. But I just ran it to make sure it was all working, and I've just found an issue with my validation mapping. And it's more of a problem with JSON text, which is the new JSON serializer in .NET Core 3 over the Newtonsoft one. It works ever so slightly differently to the Newtonsoft one, and it's raising me some issues. So I need to fix a problem with that. Effectively, I'm using the new keyword in my validation summary to add type information if I've got it available to me. I don't always have it available to me. The problem with that being that because I have that type information, there's two things. Using the new keyword, it can't tell one of them is new by the looks of it for some reason. So it's trying to write two things to the same property in JSON. Maybe the old thing was doing that as well, but it just didn't care because it was the same object. but this one cares. So I need to figure out how to work around that. But that's my problem for after my walk, because it's walk time now. Walk time, clear that little noggin. All right then, boys and girls, let's cook and talk. I'm peeling some potatoes. So the problem is that I have an object called a validation summary that has a model on it. There is a non-generic version of that, which is just called validation summary, and that one has a property called model, and that model is of type object. There is a generic version of that same object which inherits from that validation summary, overloading / newing the, don't know what the correct term is for that, for the model property with a type of T, because it's generic. The problem I'm having is that the serializer sees those two properties on the object and tries to serialize them both and errors. I'm assuming I could in theory turn that off at a global level, but the fact that it's there is probably a sign I was doing it wrong in the first place. The question is now, how do I fix that? So my first inkling was to make the generic T the base class, and then make the standard validation summary inherit from the generic typed object, and then just set it to object, right? So you have validation summary inherits from validation summary of type object, like that, rather than the other way around. The thing is, I've got to now figure out why it was that I went the other way in the first place. I didn't do that just for banter, you know? I seem to remember trying to do something where I couldn't know what the type was at compile time, but I would at runtime. And it was important for me that the generic one inherited from the base one. So I could cast generic down, but I can't cast non-generic up, if that makes sense. So I've just been trying to figure out at what point it was that I made that change. It looks like I did it for the API gateway, which is bizarre. Like I can't imagine that that's the case. I would have thought it was the repository service. But yes, that's where I'm currently at. I'm trying to remember why I did something a long time ago, before I do the opposite and then realize why it was that I needed it in the first place, you know? Because it's one of those things that's quite difficult to unpick because of like how it's integrated in with the stuff it's integrated with. It's like in the middle of a number of NuGet packages that all reference each other, you know? So I'm going to try and rack my brain. I'm going to make some sausage and mash. And yeah, I'm going to try and think of another solution and rack my brain as to why it was that I went down that solution and hope that that helps me find another solution. The weather outside again is nice, clear, crisp, cloudless sky, which means it's freezing. According to Google, it's 8 degrees outside and feels like 4 in the wind. So much so, like, but it's so bright. Look, I've got my fucking blinds closed already. It's not even, well, it's midday. I'm about to have lunch. Late night last night as I was watching some of the boxing stuff. I've got into boxing. I like boxing. All right, leave me alone. But yeah, it's not that warm in here. Why does the temperature not tell me how warm it is? Oh god, it's so hot. Like, the greenhouse effect is insane, but it's freezing. I have finished the update for my API gateway. So now all I need to do is integrate and finish the implementation, which I think I did last night actually, of my new microservice. All I need to do now is integrate the microservice with the API gateway. And I need to write the automation tests for the microservice, and then we're done for this sprint. It's going to be a tight one because of the weekend. We're not going to get a crazy amount of work done, although I might get a bit of work done around the boxing. I do need to figure out how to watch the boxing on the TV downstairs. I could watch it upstairs on Atlas. Oh, see, the thing is, if I do it on the TV upstairs with Atlas, I can. The problem is, I don't want to wake up Laura. That's the problem. Fancy putting a boxing match on at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, you know what I mean? And then not being able to stream it. Like, if I could cast it or play it on the TV, I'd be happy, because then I could just go on my laptop and do some work. But I can't, so it's got to be on a laptop. I'm thinking about plugging my Surface into the TV and doing it that way. But I just don't know. Lad. Anyway, that's by the by. We're gonna have some lunch. And then what? And then we're going to really push to get this thing finished this weekend. Oh yeah, because that's what I was going to say. So this weekend's a weird weekend. Laura's mum and dad are coming down slash up. They were in holiday in Cornwall this week, and they're coming up past us for like Saturday lunchtime to Sunday lunchtime. But there's also a boxing match on at 3 o'clock in the morning, like Sunday morning, which is stupid. But so like I've got the morning to work tomorrow, which I'm going to get up early to get a load of work done, and then I've got some time in between stuff, getting work done. My brain is all over the shop today, isn't it? Today have been, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting my way through trying to get automation tests running on this new microservice with .NET Core 3 and the newly updated security stuff. And it's not playing very nicely. It's not playing as well with Identity Server 4 4 version 3 than it did with 4 version 2 point something. I'm really struggling with it. But I spent like a good couple of hours fighting at that today, and then otherwise, Laura's parents came here with Cornish pasties from down south as they're heading up home. We like chilled out, talked here, and then we went out for a meal. And we've just come back. It's 10:30. I'm heading to bed. I'm getting up soon. Getting up in 4 hours, maybe 3.5. Because I'm watching the boxing. Watching KSI v Logan Paul, and I'm excited about it. But it feels weird. It almost feels like I'm going to go back into my sleeping cycle. It's odd because I don't really. Part of me is like, should I stay up for it? I'm like, no, I don't think that's sane. But yeah, so we are going to be working on. I'm going to get up and I'm watching it on Atlas upstairs. I'm going to get up and I'm going to watch. I'm going to do the API gateway integration for my mutation for the microservice. And then I need to focus on getting the automation tests done. I've written them, it just won't talk to it. It's kicking back not found at some point during the pipeline, and I can't figure out what point it is, because it should find it. It's almost like it's talking to the security part of it. It's odd. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on there, you know what I'm saying, boys? You know what I'm saying? So I had about maybe 3.5 hours of sleep in the end. Got up at 3 to watch the fight. Didn't start till 5. So that was unnecessary. The fight was wicked. My boy won. And then I was doing a load of programming as well while I was waiting for it to start and stuff. And after it, and then today we spent all day traipsing around Bath. Just like on my feet all day, basically. I haven't had a chance to have a nap or anything. And I'm pooped. I'm going to sleep. We've had a pretty storming day today. Laura was working. Laura had the day off today, but she was doing a bit of like uni work from home. So I was upstairs working away this morning. I finished off the user story that I was supposed to do in the last sprint, but I hit problems with the automation tests and the API integration. Did I hit problems with that? No. Well, the problem was yesterday I was so tired. That I was supposed to spend a little bit of time while we were watching TV, and I didn't, but got it sorted now. That's now over the line. I then spent the afternoon downstairs with Laura in the kitchen with the fire on. Oh, it was lovely. I've now done some sprint planning and done like some laptop admin stuff around all of my usual stuff. So I've now got a game plan for this week. This week's going to be, I'm pushing this week quite a lot, so we're going to try our best to get some stuff done, and we've got stuff that isn't programming on the cards officially this week as well, which I've already started doing today, which is good stuff. Otherwise, we've just come back from shopping. I'm thinking about playing Formula 1, but also thinking about how maybe instead of Formula 1, I should do some work. Laura's legitimately downstairs trying to finish off a puzzle. What to do? Because anything new programming would be new programming and probably upstairs programming, with the exception potentially of updated microservices. Or I could do admin related stuff. To be honest, I am trying to get out of the habit of not working more. You know? We finished. Don't know whether or not it's like moving down south that's made me more sensitive to the cold, whether it's just my old age, but it is chuffing freezing these days. I went for my walk this morning and it was so goddamn cold, and I'm in my, I've got my coat on, not my thick coat, but this scarf. I've busted out my thick winter scarf, which I love. I fucking love scarves. I don't know why I waited so long, to be honest. And I'm walking around, cold AF, with mittens on, you name it. To be fair, I have mittens on, even when it's relatively cool. Because I get very dry hands, you know? And then there's like kids walking around in like shirt and blazer. And I'm like, what? It's freezing, man. I must be getting old. It's not on. But I'm going out, it's lunchtime, 8 AM, but I need to pop to the shops to go pick up some oranges. We had a bit of a kerfuffle. Oh no, they just didn't have any oranges. But we also had a bit of a kerfuffle with the list, where like we have a shopping list app that we have between us, and then when we were trying to sync it between the two of us, Laura accidentally wiped it, so replaced it with an older version of the list that didn't have anything on it. So that didn't go too well. But we need to get some oranges, part-baked bread, and milk. We also need to go for like some toiletries and washing up stuff. Not washing up stuff, like clothes washing stuff. But I'm not getting that now because it's lunchtime. I'm only getting this now because I want food for lunch. Had lunch and I'm having a cup of tea. Bit late. We just had a guy come around to like assess our damp and tell us how we can deal with that damp. He's going to send us a quote. He's like the last person that we've got round specifically for the damp. We may get some buildery people to come and check us for some re-rendering stuff. Get a bit stressed, I'm not gonna lie. Just like a lot of shit going on, you know. It's not nice to hear about, but that's life. Otherwise, today we've been quite productive. We spent the morning doing some programming, plumbing in I've got like 5 things to do this sprint, I think. 5 user stories I've committed to. 3 of them are like in a line, so you have to do the first one, then you have to do the second one, then you have to do the third one. So I'm like starting that one out, did some programming on that, and then I've been generating emails to potential clients. Fired off 3 of them today and sent some messages to people that I messaged yesterday as well, which is a bit more informal. So I'm kind of, I don't know whether or not this is a good idea or not, but I'm trying to I'm really investing in and trying to invest in, I guess, dickhead, more time and energy and effort into the people that I have met and try and build effectively friendships with them. Trying to be really friendly and trying to help them out, actively try and help them out without doing anything else in return, you know what I mean? Because I think I get annoyed when it's quite obvious that someone wants something. So I'm trying to do what I don't, do the opposite of what it is that I don't like, right? Where I'm trying to be, I'm just trying to help you out doing stuff. Obviously that means that you could be shafted in certain ways. And people can take them, mug you off a bit. But I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to I feel like it's the better way to go anyway. We'll see how it goes. But there's 2 people I'm trying to work with. I don't know whether or not that in itself, me even saying that out loud, is sign enough for me to be words. I don't know whether or not that on its own is a sign that this isn't the right world for me. But we'll see. Otherwise, yeah, there's the other 2 people I sent emails to, 3 people I sent emails to today. 2 of them responded back saying, one of them that they're too busy, and the other one, thanks but no thanks. Like that. Thanks for responding to me. But damn, that is short and sweet, man. It took me an hour and a half to 2 hours to craft that email to send to you. And it's got thanks but no thanks. And the first thanks was spelt wrong with a B in it instead of an N. Typoed. Oh God, I'm stressed out, man. I'm thinking I'm gonna have my cup of tea. I'm gonna respond to those emails. Friendly, nice friendly manner. And then I've done all of the admin-y stuff that I wanted to get done today. I'm gonna try and get a head start on tomorrow, but tomorrow I've got a shitload of meetings to go to, shitload of meetings. So 4 actually. I use the word meeting quite loosely as well, let's be honest. Words with words. So yeah, I'm gonna polish off my emails, drink my cup of tea, I'm gonna head out for a walk, try and like, my brain, you know, get that all sorted. And then come back and then we're gonna storm through some programming. Like I said, I've got a lot of work to do today. I'm trying to not let stuff get me down. But it is, so it is. I just kind of want something to give me a sign that, like a positive sign, you know. That's all I want. I just want some kind of green light. That's all I want in my little life. Also, the guy that was just here, the most ham-fisted bastard I've ever seen in my life. Like, you know the thing they put on the wall to like measure how damp it might be? It like beeps at you. I don't know if he has to hit the wall so hard with that, but I can visibly see some places where he's done it. Also, came in through the door, because he took a phone call outside, came in through the door, closed it behind him, fucking door handle's ripped off the patio. So I need a new fucking door handle now. Oh my God. I feel like I haven't had a lot of good, like I've had smoke blown up my arse. Let's put it that way. I've had a bit of smoke blown up my arse from people who either are cultivating a connection in me that I'm trying to be friendly with, but I'm not 100% convinced they mean what they say. Or from people that are like friends, you know, that are like not really, either not in a position to critique and give good advice because they don't understand the like sectors, or wouldn't anyway, or at least, I mean, like, even when I say like, look, be honest with me. See, my head's in a gutter now, and I need to cheer up. It's just 2 no's. One from someone I literally emailed today, and one from whom I've been trying to organise a meeting with for ages. And now this is one of the emails he's finally responded to say, not now, I'm busy. And it's rocked me. Right, I'm back. Last email of the day has been sent. I am going to work on some programming. I'm going to head my head down, peak up. We're getting motivated again, boys. And that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. We had a good 4 or 5 day. It's not too bad, but I'm going to end the video here. We have an interesting day tomorrow. We've got to see a lot of people. We've got a meeting in the morning with someone at Innovation Centre in Bath, which is at 10 o'clock actually, which is a bit more of a pain in the ass than I thought it would be, but it's quite difficult to navigate traffic, that. And then I've got lunch with someone I used to work with. I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't seen him in ages. And then I have a phone call with Google about Google Ads. And then I've got a networking event after work. In the evening again. So we're going to try and take those opportunities to get out there a bit more, you know. Otherwise, I have all of the automation tests and the main APIs set up, and the API gateway integration set up for the next user story. All I need is the actual implementation of the code to make the test pass, and we're set. So, and a little bit of Saga integration stuff, which I need to do as well, but should be able to pull that off tomorrow, even with all of this weird stuff going on during the day. I'm going to charge up my laptop, and we're going to have a fun day on the road tomorrow. I doubt I'll get to fire off many emails and whatnot, but we'll try and resume that Thursday, and we'll send emails out Friday instead. I normally just do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I'll stretch to Thursday, Friday, because tomorrow is such a write-off in that respect. Right, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll get there, won't we? I need to upload these videos. You may never even see this. I'll catch you later.